Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Woohoo! Bringing it in.
That's right. We're here. I'm Anita at Cedar Hill Farmhouse.
And I'm Yvonne at Stone Gable.
And I'm Kelly at My Soulful Home.
We've got tips and tricks and decorating advice for you today. So let's get started.
Yeah, well, we hope everybody had a wonderful holiday and New Year, and we hope that you enjoyed our best of episodes. We totally got a hoot out of re-listening to them because at least one of them went way back to the first episode. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And now we're back to start the new year. Let's zone in on our homes and your homes, and let's talk about some things that we're going to be doing for this year.
Well, can I just jump in? I think it's so important. A lot of people make New Year's resolutions, and then most of them break them within the first month. However, I think it's a good idea to to think about decorating and what you want to change and what you want to do, so things get done around your house. Remember, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
And it's much easier to change your pillows than to stop eating carbs. So I'm just saying,
yes,
like that, I've already failed, and it's January 3rd. So I think I'll just turn my attention to decor, and then I can get some things done.
Much easier to be successful.
So I'll kick it off. One of the things that I have noticed, and I'm not faulting myself. I'm not going to give myself a hard time, but the truth of the matter is I get a lot of things about 92% done. And because I have so many balls in the air, family-wise, blog-wise, whatever-wise, I need to turn my attention to something else. And I don't exactly get that last piece into place. It could be something as small as a finial on a lamp, or, actually making the cover for the pillow rather than just having the fabric sort of squished around it so I can see whether I like it. So one of my resolutions is to actually do what I do in general terms in my life, is go the 100% or the 110% and actually get it completely done. So the vision that I have in my head is actually what's happening in the room or in my garden or in my house. So,
well, Kelly, I think 95% is pretty good because you may have the fabric squished around the pillow. I can't find the fabric. That's sometimes where I am. Or, I start something like right now, I've got this great mirror, like the sunburst mirror that I made it with paint sticks. It really looks awesome.
Okay, just making a mirror out of paint sticks is 150% anyway. So whether it ever gets on the wall is another thing.
It's not painted yet. I have the cans of paint sitting here. I just need to find the time to do it. That is absolutely on my list. Instead, and here's what I think how I'm going to tackle this, because I've been thinking a lot about it. First of all, I've got to go through I have such a plethora of craft things, DIY things, bits and pieces that I need to go through all that. But what I'll do, and I used to do this, is if I can, put things in a plastic clear shoe box. Like now the plate that I use for the mirror, that wouldn't fit in, but I could stack it and then label it. And I have everything together, but then instead of buying the stuff, I have to finish something before I buy. I can write all my ideas down, but I've got to finish something before I buy something else, like the things to do something else.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think, I'll buy that while I'm out.
Right.
And then I have no idea where the fabric is. I mean, I know it was here. It came in the house. I just don't know what I did with it after I moved it for the 5th time.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that is really the topper of my list because, there were so many things going on at this house, or somebody would be working on something and I'd be like, oh, okay. I have to take my attention and bring it over here. So I had to stop doing that.
Yes.
And then when it's that close, if it was only 50% done or 25% done, it's really screaming out for your attention.
Sure.
But when it's so close, you can just kind of leave
It's
it.
like, oh, good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
No one will notice.
No, well, and most of these things probably no one would notice except me. I mean, nobody's like, wow, great house. But did you see there was no finial on that lamp? Like really? So that's really what I'm going to work on. And
but I agree with Yvonne. That's the kind of stuff that only you notice. Nobody ever notices that stuff. And that kind of stuff I don't really worry about. And you think there's kind of a principle that says that last 20% that you can do on a project, or that last 10%, takes as much time as the previous 90%.
Oh,
don't tell me that.
To get it, well, I'm just saying, to make a room perfect, sometimes if it's just a finial, that's pretty fast, but so I wouldn't worry about it.
But you know what it is, Anita? Great. It's all these niggly little things that, it would also be enjoyable for me to do.
But
those
there's
things.
just the difference in personality. If it doesn't bug you,
and then it keeps
fine.
going from one
to
to-do list to the next to-do list. And it would make me feel better to get it done. So that is my top resolution.
Would you say, you're a perfectionist, right? Kind of.
Who, me?
You? Yes. See, I'm not
talking to the only perfectionist in our group.
Yeah, I am not a perfectionist. So because it's the sort of thing, I take the picture, and that's when I realize, oh, it's missing a finial, or there is something's turned. You see the tag on the pillow, or that's when I realize.
I don't know if I would categorize myself as a perfectionist. I think in days gone by,
someone's arguing with
more
that.
So, but I guess there. I guess maybe I am. I was raised by perfectionists.
I like attention to detail, but I don't. I mean, it doesn't make me hyperventilate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay. But I agree with you. That's probably on the top of, maybe not Anita's list, but at least our list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm wanting to add a little more color, a little more pattern, a little more personality to my house. So those are kind of my goals for this year. And some organic elements. I, believe it or not, have 4 plants that have been alive for a couple of months now.
This is an accomplishment.
Be impressed. Be very impressed.
Well, look out for that master gardener certificate.
It's coming.
Okay, P. Allen Smith.
Exactly. Watch out. Move over,
She
P.
kept
Allen.
a couple plants alive for a couple of months. That's right. And we have the mountain house. We're wanting to completely redo that. And this year was a big year for us because it was, when we bought it, an unfortunate peach color on the exterior.
I remember that. Yes.
And nobody thought it was a good color. Some of them were more free with their opinions than others, but nobody thought it was a good color. It's now a nice, clean gray color that goes with Craftsman style and the area in Black Mountain, North Carolina. So, so we're going to work on some other things. I'm trying to speed up. I think the mower is
I
right
hear
now.
it. That's hey, things happen. What can you say?
I know. But we may not be able to get all of it done this year, but anyway, but the painting was done. And so we're just going to try to bask in that. And then what we get done next year, we'll see, because the bathrooms, the kitchen, the flooring, everything needs to be done. And we're just not going to be in a rush about it because, we have a limited budget for this. So I think I'm just going to try to enjoy the paint color for right now.
Oh, I love that
attitude.
One of the things, my decor resolution, and I'm always reading blogs and articles, and I'm glued to Pinterest, and I love magazines, and I have decor books, is to read decor books from beginning to the end.
Oh my gosh, that was on my list too.
Well, hey,
Stop.
we're twins so far.
We are.
But I love to look at the pictures of decor books. I read some of the articles, some of them, not everything, but I love the verbiage of the way they describe things. And I can so visualize things through verbiage that I think, well, I better start reading it. And I have a fabulous secret for buying decor books. Do you want to hear?
I don't want you to tell them how to get my book on the cheap.
No. Well, those are the only 2 that you can't get like that because they're always sold out.
No, if I could give my book to everyone who listens, I would.
Do you want to hear my fabulous secret?
Let's hear your tip, and then I have a book note that I need to mention.
Okay.
Go ahead.
if you go to Amazon, so many of your favorite decor books or ones that will be new to you that are just fabulous, you can get used. And you can get them for very inexpensive. Like we're talking a couple dollars.
Okay, I'm looking at the wrong books because every time there's a book I want, when I look at the used price, it's $2 cheaper. And I think, now just get the new one.
No, I look for them. Like I got Scrapbook for Living, Bunny Williams, The Joy of Decorating.
All right. I think the ones I'm looking at are
You
too
got
new.
Bunny on sale?
I got Bunny on sale.
Well, it's probably an older book.
It is an older
pretty
book.
old.
But there's so much that's so good about it. Just because a book, I mean, it's Scrapbook for a Living, for heaven's sakes. That's a classic.
Okay.
Scrapbook for living.
I mean, it is, and I love it.
Okay.
And Charles Faudré, you can get. Maybe, the brand new ones, not so much, but you can really get
I love
some
him.
good
Well, I have his
design books.
I have a very fairly new book of his. Obviously it was published posthumously. It's about his legacy, but it just kind of a compilation of all the photos from all
I
his
don't
books.
have that, and that's what I
worth
want to
getting.
get.
Mm-hmm.
And
But can I mention my book? Go ahead.
Sure. I was just going to say, if you love to decorate, soak your brain in beautiful things and people who are very knowledgeable. And like Mrs. Howard, I just love her. Phoebe Howard, she doesn't have a degree or anything, but she's like us, just the love of decorating, doing it so much. Her style is amazing, and you can just really learn a lot and spend a lot of time on your favorite blogs. Well, like comes to mind, Cedar Hill Farmhouse, and My Soulful Home. Yeah, exactly.
Some good ones to start with.
Well, so the thing I've been wanting to say is, if you already have the first edition of my book, yay! But if you don't, guess what? It's no longer available. It's already a collector's item. It is, and when you
the
have
price
these,
is skyrocketed.
That's right. Now it's a prized first edition. So the good news is my second edition is going to be available in March, but it's already available for pre-order. So you can go ahead and get it now, sign up for it now, and then when it comes out in March, you'll be the first one to get the book.
That doesn't surprise me, Anita. Your book is so beautiful. And I hear that you've done you've changed some things up in your book.
Well, I've added about 80 new photos that aren't on my blog. So there's quite a bit of new photography. And then I've added the project.
Are there any photos of us, Ivana?
No, but I wish there were. I wish I did have a picture. If there was a picture a picture of the three of us, I would put it in.
And we were together. The three of us
there's
were
a New Year
together.
decor resolution. We're going to get a picture of the three of us together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I do have anyway. So in the book, there is a tutorial on my bedspread, making it from drop cloth. So you can make it for $40 or less with the pillow shams.
So doing that.
Yeah. So anyway, it's coming out. You all are both, I'm going to send you both copies. So you'll get one.
Aren't you? Oh, sweet. Yes.
Okay.
We'll love that.
But anyway,
I'll talk about it on my podcast.
Yes, French accents. So if you look on Amazon for French accents, the first edition will come up. If you look at the first edition, scroll down a little bit, it'll show you the second edition.
Okay, and we'll put the link in the show notes. So
and it'll be
find
in
that.
that. Yes, thanks.
Okay, I have a very sort of practical but nice, and an opportunity to elevate your everyday. I am going back to cloth napkins.
Every day though?
Oh.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Candles and the cloth napkins. It's really not a big deal. When we started the renovation,
Are you using white napkins or black napkins?
Well, let me finish.
Oh.
When we started the renovation here, and we were, basically living in 2 rooms, and the kitchen was non-existent. We had a dorm-sized fridge and a microwave, and it was just absurd. I thought it would not be. I would not be shamed in foregoing the cloth napkin.
You would not be shamed.
No, I would not feel shamed.
That.
So we went to paper napkins, and let me tell you, it's pretty easy to go to paper napkins. But
yes,
I'm throwing paper in landfill. At least 4, 3-ply napkins, Vanity Fair or what have you, or
they're my faves.
Or the knockoff equivalent. You actually save a lot of money. But they're using them and we're throwing them in a landfill. So I don't like that part about it. And also my kids were like, they actually did say, like at some point, they didn't ask when we had no kitchen, but after things came back to normal, each one of them separately said, are we going to start using the cloth napkins again? That is weird because my kids are like pretty easygoing, like not like.
So do you have new clean, do you change them out every day or do you do the old thing where you have the same napkin all week?
Well, I loved what you had explained when we talked about napkin rings.
Yes,
right?
that's
and how
you
people
know
knew
whose is
that was their
whose.
napkin. Okay,
Yes.
well, I must say,
Wait,
sometimes my girls. But-
stop. I know. Stop your thought. Miss Germaphobe uses napkins over again?
No, she was only explaining why they had napkin rings.
Oh,
The
okay.
reason that they came up with napkin rings was each one had a different napkin ring. And in the old days, before paper, you would have your napkin and you would have the same one all week. And so so your napkin ring designated that was your napkin. So you weren't using
I'm
somebody
thinking that maybe you use napkin rings. I couldn't imagine you reusing something.
Yeah.
Well, no, I reuse paper. I reuse cloth napkins after they're washed. But I don't use them every day.
Sorry, I just needed a clarification. Go right ahead with your story.
I don't know. But I don't use them every day. So what's the deal? What are you doing?
No, I just use, I mean, I have to say, sometimes the girls, like, it doesn't make it off the placemat onto their lap. And so I can reuse those because they never use them.
Sure.
But if someone's using the napkin, I just throw it in the wash. So I have like maybe 3 sets.
What kind of napkins are you using? And do you iron them?
Not the gorgeous crusted
Oh, you
ones.
get to ask a question. I don't get to.
Well, yes, because you start asking the question before I finished. So I couldn't
Okay, but my
explain
question
it.
wasn't answered yet.
What is your question? Would you like to repeat it?
It was
Because we forget. We've been talking
black,
too much.
white, what color?
Oh, black, white. Oh, yeah. No, I use white or cream. Then if you need to add a little bleach when you feel like you need to, if somebody gets barbecue sauce or something. And I have about 3 sets, and they just rotate out. And no, I don't iron.
A lot of lipstick on them? I mean, that's my concern about the white.
No, I don't really wear lipstick at dinner. I mean, I use candles, but I'm not getting all dolled up. So.
You might have some on during the day. The
You're
girls
dolled
might have
up enough.
lipstick.
No,
You have
my girls
3
are not wearing lipstick. No.
Okay.
No. Perhaps a clear gloss, but not lipstick.
Yeah,
no.
I have a question. Then, I mean,
Sure.
are they like linen? And if you don't iron them, does it bother you?
No, they're not like the gorgeous crusted linen napkins that Leedy gifted us with. No.
Okay.
From French Garden House, by the by.
Mhm.
They are, like a blend. You can get you get a couple of packs at Home Goods, and then when kind of like
got
what
ya.
you say about towels, when they've served their purpose and it's time to go, they go.
It's
So you
time.
don't worry about them and this is a great idea because I have some napkins that I think, these are a blend. They're not really something I would like to use for guests, but I have a
Dare I
huge
say
stack
a
of them.
blend?
Oh.
Maybe I should use those for every day.
You know what? I think I'm going to do the same thing. So that's such a good idea. I have a napkin drawer, a huge drawer in a buffet that I can barely shut. So that's a good idea.
Well, I just culled through, actually, now that I'm saying this, about 3 weeks ago, I had the same situation Yvonne did. And I said, you know what? This is not right. I should not have overflow like this that I'm not using. So I took out at least half of the napkins and I gave them away. So I
Anita,
don't have them anymore.
Why did you not send them to me?
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. We're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free That's right, a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add Dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health. Potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT.
You're so good at this. Like there's certain things that like pillow covers and napkins and trays. I mean, they're like children. I can't give them away. I've got napkins, 8, white and baby blue polka dot. I will never use them, but it's like, oh, yeah, they're napkins.
I kind of feel that way sometimes about wrapping paper, and I won't use it. That's really bad.
Oh, I know.
What
am I going to do with it?
Because you use bags. You use bags. You
I'm like,
for them.
I have to really like someone if I use my good wrapping paper.
I had to wrap boxes because
the fake
the blog
presents?
posts. No, they were real. That was the thing. Evie said,
Oh, okay.
wait a minute, you're using our real presents for your blog post? I said, well, I don't want to wrap these things twice. I'm just going to do it once.
Well, you know what? I
did that
discovered
too.
beautiful boxes.
Beautiful
Where?
boxes is nice.
Must share.
Yes, Home Goods has gorgeous boxes.
Oh.
I mean,
like
they're
the reusable decorated boxes.
And then all you have to do is put a bow on them. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, wait,
Yes.
whoa. Hey, you're starting to go into the weeds here. Let's come back.
Okay.
Well, you know,
New
we
year
get
decor
together. Okay,
resolution.
I have a
Give
little
me one.
confession
Uh-huh.
that since this whole, my ankle hole deal, because I've either been in a hard cast or an air cast now for a year. I know, but we got into a terrible habit just because at one point I couldn't cook for about 3 months because I couldn't put my weight on it. So I was in a wheelchair. So Bobby, either somebody would bring us a meal or we'd get takeout, and I had to sit with my foot up. So he got me this chair that reclines and I could put my foot up, and he would bring dinner into the family room. And then we just got like lazy.
Once that starts, you can't
I've never
stop
done
it.
this in my whole life. My children have never sat in front of the TV to watch any program while we're eating. It's just mealtime has always been such a special family time. And for like the first time ever, we started doing that. And it's during like 7 o'clock.
Oh, it's addictive. Once
Oh
you
my
start.
gosh, I'm not going to do that anymore. Because I thought to myself, wait a minute, I haven't talked to you all day and we're watching a news program, for heaven's sake.
Right. And
Well,
that's stressful while you're eating.
Yeah, but here we prepare meals together. We're talking during the meal, and then we have a special show that we binge watch. I shouldn't say binge watch, but then we'll watch an episode like Friends or Seinfeld. We would then sit down while we ate and watch a 30-minute episode. But we've been talking the whole time we've been preparing the meal.
Yeah, but see, I just usually cook, but I've got to stop that. So I said to Bobby, when we have company or kids come, I mean, there's always somebody at our house. We eat at the table. We should do the same thing because I always have a candle. We put candlelight on.
Oh.
And so we'll start using those cloth napkins. And that's one of my big resolutions.
There you go.
Great idea.
Bring it
Make
back
a
to the
pretty
table in the new year.
Because you can really slip into that easy because it's sort of lazy.
Well,
just to go,
you had a good reason. You had to have your foot up and be comfortable. And one
You
thing
were
leads
probably
to the
using
other.
paper napkins too.
Yes, I was.
Eating out of styrofoam.
Hey, that has happened this past year.
That's okay, Yvonne. You've had quite a year, my friend.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
I
I
have.
am also going to purge my craft and fabric stash. Now that is
Oh,
decor related.
yeah. I did that
because
already.
There's so many things in there that I was going to make. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I don't even like that color anymore. I don't even want to do that.
I know.
But here's what I think we should do.
What?
We should take pictures of what we don't want, and then we can switch and send each other things that we want. That way, think of the money
She's
we would
really
save.
regretting those napkins getting away.
Think of the money we
That was
save.
me, not her.
I know. She wanted you to send them to her.
Oh, I see.
But
I
listen,
see.
girls, think of the money we'd save. Like,
Yeah.
I could use that beautiful
We
piece
could just
of linen.
rotate everything. It would look like all new
Yes.
on your blog. Oh, you have all new stuff. No, it's Yvonne's
As a
old
matter
stuff.
of fact, or just send me your pillow covers that you don't
my
want.
gosh. That is so fun.
But that is such a good idea.
Okay, what's another decor resolution for 2018?
Let's keep with pillows.
Yeah.
Remember, I have my pillow cover drawer that's like a file system.
Yes.
Your pillow files.
Fire.
My pillow file that has now bled into a second drawer.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I just sort of made it like, I'm just going to fill this drawer up. And then when I fill this drawer up, if I want something else, I have to give it away. Well, I was at my daughter's house not long ago, and they have this beautiful sort of basement second house. It's got like a little kitchenette and a little family room area and a little a dining room table, and it's got a bedroom and a bathroom downstairs because they can rent it out. But my pillow covers were on her pillows, and they were so beautiful.
Oh.
And I had a little bit of like giveaway remorse.
Oh.
I did.
Did you try to slip the cover
No,
off?
I
put it in your purse?
never do that. But I thought, I can't believe I gave these away. And because they're so nice. And then I thought to myself, oh, that's so greedy. So when you're just stuffing your pillows so much that you have to put them in the bottom drawer, because all of my napkins are in this top long drawer, my pillow covers are in the second
Well,
long
it's okay.
drawer.
You're going to start using the napkins, so they're going to come out of that drawer.
Well, there's a lot of them, but I thought I've got to go through my pillow covers and give them away. Even if I would go to a relative's house I've given them to and have giveaway remorse. Yeah. So I've got to go through them. And that, how long's that going to take? Like an hour, I'll kiss them goodbye and we're done with it.
Well, I think, yeah. You're going to have to give them to people you don't know, so you don't see
You
them
have a whole
again.
process when you move things out of your house, like a saying
pillows,
goodbye to them.
Pillows, I have to hug them a little bit. Pillow covers, I have to give them a little hug and, yeah. I mean, the ones at my daughter's house look so beautiful.
That's so funny.
I'm
Well,
still
maybe
not
when she
over
gets
it.
tired of them, they could just come back. It could be like a rotating basis.
No, they
Something
look
like
pretty good in her basement.
Oh,
But anyway, so I'm going to go.
And Christy, speaking of pillows, Christy of Starfish Cottage.
oh yeah.
Isn't
Sent
she
that
adorable?
email. She is so adorable, and
And
she
her
was
blog
so
is
sweet.
beautiful.
Go
So
visit her. Christy
I'm going to
at
put the
Starfish
link in the show
Cottage.
notes to Starfish Cottage blog.
Yes, so she sent a link to some gorgeous blue velvet pillows. She thought I might like them.
Please.
I do, and they're available at IKEA, believe it or not. So
wow.
IKEA's a really good place to check out. Mm-hmm.
don't bring your husband, but otherwise it's great.
You know the thing about IKEA? The first time I visited, I got a little, like if you're claustrophobic, you don't like to be in elevators.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the land of the mole people. It's like I felt like you're in
What?
like all these, I call it the land of the mole
Is she calling
people.
us the moles because
No.
we go to IKEA?
I've
No,
only
but-
been to IKEA once in my whole life.
Well, you go in and it's like you can't get out. There's all
Oh.
these, you
Yeah.
got to go through all these rooms.
Yeah, it's
and
a maze.
I felt like I was going through a tunnel of mazes, like
You're
underground.
just trying to get to the meatball. Like where is the meatball?
Swedish, on the top floor, the Swedish meatballs.
Well, you have to. Oh gosh, yeah. Well, you're greeted with a troll. The troll at the bridge greets you, and there's a puzzle you have to solve before you can get out.
I adore IKEA, but I got a little funny at first until I saw that there are exit routes. But you're walking through the land of lamps and the land of rugs, and then you're in the land of plants. And
That's so funny.
yeah.
And I know. The one time I was there, and it really was only one time. I was like, "Wow, you can get like that for $9."
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get that. But that's why I stopped going to Costco, because I'd be like, "Whoa, a kind of cashmere sweater? I don't really need that, but it's $26.99. I'm getting that."
Who doesn't need a cashmere? You could make it a pillow.
I know. Oh, please. That's in my stash. How many
right.
cashmere sweaters with holes that I have to make
Let me
pillows
just
out
say,
of?
give
Stop it.
IKEA a little bit of love here. They have the best faux plants.
Oh,
And
and
if
we know you're picking.
Really?
If you see pictures of my like little plants on like a end table or something, you can bet they're IKEA plants. They're really
So if
good.
something happens to my plant, I can go over there, and you all won't be the wiser on my blog.
Well, I know an IKEA plant when I see it.
Oh,
Even
okay.
from 3 feet away, she knows it.
An IKEA
Yeah,
plant.
really.
But most people don't, but I do.
I'll be
Most
called
people-
out if I do that.
Uninitiated.
I have
Don't
something
know.
else I have a resolution about.
What?
I want to spend more time in my garden this year.
Oh, that's a nice
Oh,
plan.
wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yes. And I know that's not inside, but what I bring in, like flowers and things, you can just decorate so beautifully.
Oh my gosh,
and
I know there's a
simply.
really good book about that. Floral design.
Oh,
yeah.
A Year in
yeah.
Flowers,
My Soulful
My Soulful
Home.
That
Home.
one. Yeah,
A Year
that
in
one.
Flowers.
Uh-huh.
Right. Mhm.
What are the flowers for January?
Oh, January are gigantic. I really love January's arrangement. So if you guys don't know, my book has an arrangement for every month. It's they're gigantic Casablanca lilies. And also they're a very close cousin to them that you can get that are a little bit less expensive and actually last in a vase a little bit longer. And I put a chain in the bottom of a big clear urn.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And so
yes, I
you can
remember
see the
that.
gold chain wrapped all around. And that's what I anchored, because the flowers are so heavy, they need an anchor. And so that's what I anchored them with. So it looks really kind of cool through the water. through the glass, you can see the water in the chain.
What a great idea.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I really liked it because it was, so, it's kind of the floral arrangements. Like if I was a gajillionaire, like I would have those every day, like, somewhere in my house, it's like they would just be coming fresh, like every 3 days. Giant.
That's a good
arrangements.
point. That's the one thing I envy Oprah about. I don't
What is
want her
that?
life. Well, I think she mentioned one time she has fresh flowers every day.
All you have to do is put a couple planters outside and you can have flesh flowers. Fresh.
And I can also have
It must be contagious, Anita. Fresh flowers every day.
But it's true. You can. They don't have to be gigantic.
No.
And that's probably
what's-
a really great resolution for everybody to have.
Mm-hmm.
Just snip a little something, even if it's just something green, like some
Herbs.
boxwood or something.
Yeah,
Herbs.
or your
You get the
herbs.
smell. So nice. I am going to invest in a set of linen sheets because I cannot hear
Okay.
Yvonne talk about them one more time
yes.
without having envy.
Yes.
So I'm going to do that.
Mhm. My son was home, not this past weekend, the weekend before. His wife and his little girl. And he came into my bedroom. I was just so worn out from entertaining everybody. I was taking a little nap, and he came up and he sort of laid on Bob's side of the bed, and we're talking. And he said, "Mom, what are these?" And he pulled the covers back, and they were linen sheets. He said, "These are the softest things I've ever felt." He said, "You sleep on these?" And I said, "Yeah, honey, we do." And he said, "Can I have a pair of them?" I said, "If you can afford them."
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
they're
fun.
Yeah,
Isn't
they're
he
awesome.
the one that tries to take your ketchup and stuff too?
no, that's my other son, my
that's your-
stepson. I mean, my son-in-law.
Oh, how funny.
No, he'll clean me blind. He'll
That
clean me
is
out.
so funny. Okay. And I know it's time. I'm going to have to clear out the orphanage. And that's what I'm going to do for the new year as
Yvonne's
well.
really sad she's not near you now.
I know, right? And they're harder to mail than napkins. I'm going to try to find really good homes for all the little chairs and the little side tables, because the time has come where I now know which ones I'm going to use. I mean, there's only so much square footage, right? There's only so many little chairs and so many little tables that one family can have. So I'm going to actively find homes for them.
And
So
I'm sure you'll send them to good homes.
I think I will, but it is time. But that's like you feel about your pillows. I feel about all those little tables
Orphan
and chairs.
chairs.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just maybe do a last round if anybody has anything.
Okay.
I love that idea of finding good homes for things. And so this year I'm going to go through all the decor in my basement I have a lot downstairs that we're not going to use. And I'm first of all going to offer it to friends and family. And then like they need anything else. And then I'm going to find, we have a Water Street rescue mission here that helps both men and women. It started out for men, but it helps, men who have drug addiction problems and women. And they put them up in the apartments and things. And they're always in need of furniture. So I thought, well, why is it sitting in my basement?
I think that's a great idea.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Good. That's really great.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Anita? Do you have anything else? Or are you done?
Oh, wow. It seems like so much. And then I don't really think about it until I'm inspired by something throughout the year. I'll look on Pinterest or one of your blogs or somebody else's and say, man, that's a great idea. Oh, okay. Oh, I do have this one thing because I don't have a lot of seasonal things. But remember, I've talked about how if you buy things after the Christmas sale, you can get something that you can get something you use year round or something for Easter.
Right.
So I got it's about a 2.5 foot tall standing, I think it's called a putty it's an angel with these gorgeous gold wings I got from Wisteria, and they're actually already sold out. Well, it was half off, but it was still expensive. But he's got two hands out. One, it's supposed to be a holder that you can put a candle in, and his hand is stretched out. But I'm going to leave, but he's considered Christmas decor, but I'm going to leave him year out.
That would work
round.
in your home.
Yeah, that will work.
Yes,
for you.
because it's Italian looking, so it's going to work all year round. So, right. So what I'm going to do is, for New Year's, I'm going to put something, or for winter, I'm going to have some winter greens in maybe one hand and something else in the other hand.
Oh, like
for
maybe
Valentine's.
an orange.
Yes, an orange. I'll put
I
an
always
orange
think
in his
of
hand.
citrus in
So
Pomegranate.
Ooh,
So I'm
pomegranate.
going to be playing around with him
Right.
all year. I'm going to have something seasonal on the candle stand and maybe something, or
Oh,
put something
fun.
funny in his hand. So,
Could you even put like a little wreath around his hand for when?
Yes,
like Christmas?
yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. A wreath, or at Christmas time, he was holding an ornament in the one hand, and then he had a cup of greens in the other hand.
Pretty,
but we'll be doing something. He'll be holding probably a little Valentine thing for Valentine's Day. So this is a great way to get something like this, because it was expensive. I would never spend that kind of money for something that's just for 1 month out of the year. So he'll be used as my seasonal holder for the rest of the year.
Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants. I have one last thing. I am going to learn about different types of furniture. I always find it very interesting to learn about the names that you hear tossed around, Eastlake and, Philippe Stark and
Chesterfield.
Yeah. Chesterfield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
I actually do have a blog post on Chesterfield sofas because I wanted to learn about why is that so special?
Me too.
And so I'm going to make the effort to learn about a few different types of furniture this year.
Wow. So she's going to be our go-to knowledge girl.
So I'll have
Hey,
info
well, she
on
loves
that.
doing that research. I think it's that experience as an attorney.
I think so.
She'll
She'll ferret
doing
it
that.
out.
But I'm very fascinated with the history of furniture too. I love history. I don't care to do all kinds of research, but I'm fascinated by history. So I think that would be fun. Well, maybe we should do some podcast episodes on the history of certain things, certain decor.
If that's something you'd like to hear,
terms.
make sure that you email or call us with that.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
my last one is I want to add a couple big sisal rugs to some of my bedrooms, like really big, and then layer other rugs on top of it. I love that look. I did that in my living room and discovered, I really like that layered look.
I do too. I did that in the living room, and wow, what a difference.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a little more of that in my house. Well, this has been a lot of fun. If you love to decorate, why don't you join us and make some New Year's decorating resolutions? And even more than that, we would love to hear what you're doing. So you can go to decoratingtipsandtricks.com and you can see where you can send us an email. And please email us or call us and tell us what you're going to be doing for a resolution in this new year. And remember, we are here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time.
Hey, everybody, we want to thank you so much for listening to Decorating Tips and Tricks. And we want to make it even easier for you to listen. And it's easier if you subscribe. You just click the subscribe button on our website, www.decoratingtipsandtricks.com, or you can subscribe through Apple Podcast or any of your favorite podcast listeners. When you subscribe, DTT comes free right to you 3 days a week. So until next time.